Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of the Look Finance SEQFC review show. My name's Darren Lutton. I'm one of the admins of the SEQFC Facebook page. I should mention, with thanks, of course, to Vilic Law Compensation Lawyers. Now, two guests with me tonight. We've got Liam Parslow. Liam, you're making
Hello,
a
everybody.
big debut tonight.
Yes. Thank you for having me. Yes, good to be here. Thank you.
Give us a quick chat about who you are. Tell everyone, what's the Liam Parslow story?
Well, I live out of Ipswich. My local club is that I support is Western Pride. So I'm looking forward to going to a few of their games this season in the FQPL. A few new teams to come up against. Been following football not that long, actually. Probably only about 6 or 7 years. So I'm pretty new to it all compared to some of the old hats, but since getting involved, I've really sunk my teeth into a few things now. So I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really glad I found football, So here we are, ready to go, and I'm looking forward to showing you or telling you a few of my views about the upcoming season and games in the middle of the season. So, yeah, thank you for giving me the opportunity.
As long as we steer clear of the Premier League, right?
Absolutely, yes. That's why I got the neutral colours on today, Darren. Yeah. So my EPL team is Liverpool, so it's between myself and Darren. There's a bit of a rivalry, but no, it's all good, mate. No, we're all here for one purpose, and that's football. And that's local football, and that's what I like to sink my teeth in, along with the rest of you. So yeah, let's get into the local football. Let's enjoy what we love,
Excellent. And as a Manchester City fan, we had a big Barney on the weekend. And keeping us apart this week is our friend from episode 1, Tony Jorkis. Tony, welcome back.
Gents.
The band United.
Thank
Tony.
you. Thanks for the chance to come back.
He's back.
It's not a show without you, Tony.
I haven't had a riots yet.
Not yet.
All right. So, Tony, we're going to start with you this evening. Bring us up to date. The Ducks were out in force again on the weekend on all the grounds as the rain set in, but there were a trickle of games that snuck through.
Well, I know the Olympic results. The first one, they looked impressive against Gold Coast. But then last night, they dominated for 70 minutes, went to sleep for 20, and dropped points.
Yeah, I think even at this early stage, to drop points against, let's face it, we don't consider Easts to be contenders for the title. It's a costly miss early on in the season.
Yeah, I don't think Ben Carnes would have been all that impressed by that. They just completely fell asleep for 20 minutes.
Yeah. And tell me, Tony, Sorry, go on, Liam.
Oh, I was just going to say I was actually quite surprised with the result. I thought that Olympic would have ran away with it, So to see that result, yeah, it was a bit of a shock.
Tony, tell me, from your time at Olympic, are Easts the big rivals for Olympic?
I wouldn't say that. There was a few years back when there was a bit of going back and forth and having a few arguments with, Lex and blokes like that. But it was all friendly rivalry. I think Olympic's biggest rival would be Brisbane City.
With the cultural backgrounds there?
Yeah, that's right, the Greek and the Italian backgrounds.
Yeah, I was a bit shocked to actually see that they actually were promoting it as a local derby. Actually, I thought they would have seen Lions more of a local derby than with East. But I've asked a question with some of my other friends, and they were actually said no, it's East would be more the local rivalry than what Lions would be.
Yeah.
I don't know how much history is there between them.
Because I think the reason is I don't know, and I don't think too many Lions fans travel.
Right.
Whether us East will get their loyal bunch that will travel everywhere with them. Whether if you go to watch Lions play away, there's a group of 7 or 8 people that are in their 60s or 70s that are always there.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Don't laugh, Darren. You know it's true.
And that's why we've got Tony Jorkis on the show.
You know it's true, mate.
All right, there are a couple of other results as well. So Brisbane Strikers and took the trip up to Sologinkin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mackay, yeah.
2-0 victory.
From what I've read, some reports, it was a fairly comfortable result.
Yeah, look,
Okay.
I saw the game too, and I mean, for the first half, it was kind of, it could have gone either way, but you kind of knew that Strikers would get up in the end, just for the experience they got, because Mackay have had a bit of a turnover of themselves. So in the end, it was a comfortable win, but there was a couple of tough moments there for Strikers, especially in the midfield there, and I think losing. I think it showed with Andy leaving as well that they don't have that strike force going forward. Yeah, like they put a couple of balls forward there. They don't have that quick transition that they did last season, that I noticed anyway. Yeah.
First game out, bud. So let's see.
Of course it is. Yeah. I'm sure they'll get better.
For Mackay, of course, that's a big improvement after their 8-1 hammering in week 1. So 6.
Yeah,
so,
and at home too. I mean, it'd be tough playing there in the warmth and the humidity. So
yeah, be a difficult place to travel. But hopefully Mackay can get it together as the season gets on. Now, we've got one game happening tonight, Tony, and that's Moreton Bay United against Wanderers. What's happening there, mate?
Apparently, Moreton Bay, after 30 minutes, were 2-0 up. Matt Heath scored in the first minute.
First minute. Welcome to the NPL, Sunshine Coast Wanderers.
Yes, I think they'll struggle.
You think they'll struggle?
Yeah.
And just on that too, Western Pride goalie from last season, Griffin, was actually in goals there with Moreton Bay. So let's hope it's not too much of a baptism of fire for him after Pride season last season. But I wish him all the best. But kind of picking up where he left off really with results. But it's early days. Wish him luck.
I've got the Wanderers pegged for mid-table obscurity. So we'll see how that pans out as the season progresses. All right, Liam. Now, you're the big Western Pride fan. We've got you on the show to talk about the FQPL. That is about to kick off.
Yes.
Now, I will be going to my fruit and veg shop on the weekend and hopefully having a chat to Mitchelton coach,
Daniel
Penisi, sorry. And it's been a while since I've seen him. And, but I'd love to get your take on things. What do you think's going to happen this season? Who do you fancy?
Well, look, the FQPL, it's going to be interesting for a number of the Pride supporters, especially looking at from my point of view, because there's a lot of teams here that we haven't played before, obviously except for those relegated like Fire and Thunder. But so really, I've really had to go back and have a look at results and a few video here and there to watch some of the games, purely because I really haven't had the opportunity to watch them because we weren't in that competition. So I've had to do a bit of homework this past week to try and sort myself out with some of it. So look, Logan Lightning. I mean, their record speaks for themselves. So it could be between Logan. I think Mitchelton have signed pretty well. Rovers have all done pretty well for themselves. As far as the relegated teams with Fire, Thunder, and Pride, look, it's going to be an interesting test for some of those players that have come in because all of those teams lost players to go to that wanted to stay in the NPL. So even though they're relegated and have come down from the NPL, they still lost a lot of their players that they had in the NPL. So it'll be a baptism of fire for a lot of those guys in there. They may have been on the fringe of NPL. I know, just again speaking with Pride, there's been some Lions players and that come over that were all that pretty much on the fringe. So look, it's even though they're down from the NPL. I don't think that's a reason to think that any of these three teams are going to run away with it. So, but certainly, I think some of the games to look forward to this season will, we're getting another Ipswich derby between Pride and Knights. So I think it's in the middle of the season, and the very last game of the season, I think we play Knights. So look, the opening round it will be is Wynnum versus Southside Eagles. That's head to head. They won a game each last season, so that sounds like it's going to be pretty even. Lightning versus Holland Park is on the Saturday 22nd. Logan pretty much ran away with both those games last season quite easily. Look, I haven't seen much about Holland Park Hawks, but look, I don't know. Are they the whipping boys? I don't know. They certainly seem to be on the result of a few hidings last season. So, what else have we got? We got South United versus Knights. That's last season. Knights won both those games quite easily. Next one on the 23rd is Thunder versus Rochdale. Now, I couldn't find a record of them in any league games. Maybe they've had a few friendlies over the years. I'm not sure, but I couldn't find any record of them going head to head in any competition. So I guess that's one for the history books, as they say. And then, of course, the last round is on the which I think will be the match of the round. Would be the two relegated teams of Fire and Pride. They won one game each last season. Pride last season last time they played 6-0. So look, it's going to be opening rounds looking pretty good. There's a couple of good matchups. Looking forward to it. Of course, there's 11 teams this time around, and not. I think it was 10. I think last season. I think they had to even it up with the NPL. So yeah, there's 11 teams this season. So 3 down and 2 went up last year. So yes. So from a newbie to the FQPL, it's actually put a nice bit of interest in it for us. So yeah, looking forward to it, and we kick off. I think some of the pit guys are going up to the sunny coast as well to watch that game. So we'll be up there.
All right, Tony, what are your thoughts?
For an interesting season, I reckon Logan will be the ones. Haven't had a look at who Rochdale have signed. They've been very quiet this off season, I think.
Yeah, interesting.
Have signed a quality. Yeah. And a quality 18-year-old German boy apparently at Mitchelton looks good.
Okay. Was it Mitchelton that signed a number of City players as well? I saw.
Yeah, they've signed a couple, but not fringe players or some of the younger ones. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, of course.
All right, I'll keep my powder dry on this one. I'll wait until I have a chat with Daniel Panisi on the weekend and to give my thoughts on the FQPL. But that under-18s player that you mentioned, Tony, is the guy from Germany. He's not been playing with the senior side.
There you go.
He's got a very impressive resume, but hasn't been playing with the senior side. So
I haven't seen him. I spoke to someone at training and they thought he looked all right. But...
Okay. Yep. Well, we'll find out more on the weekend.
Do they play this weekend?
No. The opening round is Friday the 21st. Is the first round. That's
but Mitchelton play, or have they got to buy?
No, I don't know. No, there's no buys.
11 teams.
It's an 11-team comp.
Yeah, no, there isn't. Well, there isn't a buy this weekend, is it? Yeah, there has to be buys. That sounds a bit stupid, doesn't it?
If there's 11 teams, there's got to be someone.
Yeah, it has to be buy. I don't know what I'm thinking. There you go.
Tony's done his homework.
I just made my first mistake in front of thousands. I don't know actually. So Wolves, Eagles, Lightning. I don't know. Anyway, someone's got to buy.
Kenny should be setting up the shop for the week. He'll be up there packing fruit.
Yeah. We'll run with Daniel Panisi on the weekend anyway. All right. So also the NPLW is going to be kicking off very shortly as well. We were going to get Fatima Yassina on the show to discuss that. She was unavailable tonight, but we will get her in as soon as possible just to get her debut on the Look Finance SEQFC review show, with thanks to our friends at Village Law. All I quickly want to say is I think that the NPLW is going to be a two-horse race this season, Capalaba and Lions. The fascination is going to be in the positions just underneath. We've got Logan that have strengthened. We've got Easts with a new coach and possibly one or two players that have been added. Gold Coast have made massive moves bringing in new players. And it's also going to be really interesting to see what Western Pride have done, Liam. With their coach has brought in a couple of imports. That's new for them.
Yep.
Yes, George. And he's brought a few players in as well from where you wouldn't normally expect them to show up at Western Pride. So looking for a massive improvement from them this season. Did you have anything to add to that?
Not really. He's imported some player from South Melbourne, and of course the Moreton Bay keeper as well, Coco. So we've sat down with him a few weeks ago, and he's got plans, and we wish him well. I mean, it's the women's program at Pride is in need of a bit of a revamp, and they'd be the first to tell you that. So I think George is the man to do it. He's pretty headstrong. He knows what he wants to do. So, yeah, we wish him all luck with it, So,
yeah, he seems very determined.
Oh, he is, and good guy, family guy. He's moved up to Springfield, so but like the men's team and and the women's team, we've had a really, really rough preseason with the weather and with etc. And it hasn't really played well, I think, and it's not just Pride; it's all the other preseason games as well. So I think that'll be another interesting start to the FQPL and the NPLW, in that some of these clubs haven't really had any real good game time. So they're going to really be nutting themselves out. The first couple of weeks to try and work out. The girls are going to have to try and sort themselves out. And the FQPL. So yeah, it'll add an interesting element to it all.
For sure. One club I didn't mention, of course, is Mitchelton, and with their new coach Joe DeSavia, he's also made plenty of moves in the transfer area as well, and he's practically built a new squad, got some great players in there. Interesting to see where they settle. They'll be challenging for the top four. Souths are a team that have lost a significant number of players. I expect them to drop down the list a bit, and of course Moreton Bay. Basically, their team was gutted from last season, so going to be a tough year for them at Moreton Bay.
Why was that though? Why is different coach or different direction, or why did they lose a lot of players? It's
different coach. Sky Hannafin moved over to Capalaba, and with that, the players went their separate ways. Some went with him, some have gone to some of the other clubs. So it's actually had the benefit of strengthening a lot of the clubs that were just below the top. So clubs like Logan, Mitchelton, and Western Pride are going to benefit as a result. So hopefully we see a stronger competition as a result. And with the two teams at the top, hopefully they don't have it all their own way this season. But I do expect it to be a two-horse race for the title.
Yep. Watch on with interest.
All right. Now, there's one more thing that I'd like to mention before we wrap up tonight's show, and that's I mentioned last week about the scholarship that we were talking about with the Look Finance scholarship, where if you've got any players out there in clubland who haven't been able to sign up or are experiencing some sort of financial hardship as a result of either their family situation or maybe even the bushfires or the droughts or the floods have had their effect, we're going to kick it off tonight. So after this show, we'll put a link both under in the comments section of this, and we'll also have our own standalone post where if you out in there in clubland have anyone for any reason need some sort of financial boost for one of your players to just help them participate in the game, Look Finance and Vilic Law have come on board and are going to help assist a lot of people with getting themselves out on the paddock. And I'm not going to give the exact figures, but it's a good sum of money that's going to help a lot of people. So it's great for this page. We've got a lot of flack from people about we let some clubs we let a lot of abuse happen on our page. We believe in freedom of speech. And if someone wants to have a go at someone, well, you have the freedom to do so. But this is a positive step that we take here at SEQFC to redress the balance. And if you've got anyone out there who you think may benefit from this scholarship, let them know. There'll be a link on the page. You just go there, tell us your story. We'll start with individuals first rather than a club. But if you've got any individuals out there that just need a little help to get into the game and play our beautiful game, then have a chat to us and we'll see what we can do for you.
Some of the registration fees to play NPL are unbelievable.
Oh, it's ridiculous, honestly.
And I was glad to hear Jamie Johnson say that he's going to try and do something to reduce them, because that's, say hypothetically there's a single mum or a single dad with 3 young kids with ability to play.
Yes.
They're looking at $7,000 just to sign up.
It's just crazy, really, isn't it? I wonder how many kids out there in the last few years we've lost to other codes or have walked away, just not bothered, and all because mum or dad couldn't afford it, So I think it's one of the struggles that we have with our game, isn't it? Really, I mean, it's just we've all known it for so long. I mean, I don't have any kids that are playing football, but I can just imagine, how it's just crazy, the prices.
It is tough, and yes, hopefully what we're doing is going to go a little bit of the way in helping just a few people get over that hump and keep them in the game. All right, gentlemen. Well, I think that'll be it for tonight. We'll thanks for making your debut there, Liam, and Tony. Thank you for your comments as per usual.
And I'll promise I'll have who's on the bye next week, eh?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We've got to get Fatima on the show.
Yeah.
Tony, is it still 2-0 in the NBU game?
Yes.
It is. All right. Fantastic. All right, gentlemen. Well, thank you again. We'll see you again in future weeks. Thank you for your comments.
Thank you. Good night. All the best. Thank you.